Hey, soul friends. Let's take a breath together. I'm telling you, are you feeling the winds of transformation just blowing you around, not knocking you down, but your soul encouraging you to rise back up? Well, we are in the eclipse portal. We have the second eclipse of the season, and that is the new moon in Aries. And I think it's time, don't you, for a bold reset, emerging with more potential and power and possibilities and breaking through to whatever's been holding us back. Doesn't that sound good? How about co creating new paths forward boldly, with confidence, with it's time. It's time. Just like it's the astrological new year and we're in springtime in the Northern Hemisphere anyway, it is a time to emerge with whatever you've been planting in the darkness of the soil of your soul path. We came out of winter, and wintertime it's that cocooning, envisioning with soul. And then the eclipse season has been stirring our soul, waking us back up. That's another good word for this time, waking us back up to who and how we are meant to be, who we're meant to be, what we're meant to do, what we're meant to bring, how we're meant to show up. And I am just wondering how you've been feeling, because I'll tell you what, I'm like I tune into everything going on and feel my own stuff, and then, you know, as most empaths do, right? So a lot's been stirring for me, a lot of old stuff surfacing, so that new stuff can emerge, and that is really what the eclipse portal is like. One of the images I get with eclipse portals is like being in the washing cycle, the agitation cycle of washing, right? Like washing clothes. And it's agitating. Why? To stir up the old muck that we can say, oh yeah, no, that's not me. That's not who I came in to be. Oh, that old pattern? No, 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 no. Oh, this stuff I haven't dealt with. Time to release, time to let go. So that this clean and shiny soul can shine forward. It is really a time to ignite soul potential. Are you ready? Do you feel it? I know some of you may be feeling exhausted, a lot going on, and maybe you've heard other people speaking about how intense March 2025 was going to be. We, in this year, really, we're going through a lot of a setup. I'm going to say a setup for higher evolution, higher transformation. But all these significant changes can be really hard on our human experience because we like structure, we like routine, we like certainty. It's hard to have certainty during transformational times. So the one thing you can be certain about is your soul knows the way forward. Okay, so spend some time with me. I'm going to give you my take, my intuitive take on the new moon in Aries, partial eclipse happening on March 29th at 3:58 a.m. Pacific time. And I do apologize. I wanted to get this out a few days earlier, but I'm not kidding. I just have felt unplugged, and I keep saying, okay, when things aren't working the way they're supposed to, and unplug. You unplug your computer, you unplug your phone, you unplug yourself. So I have honestly felt unplugged for a couple of weeks during this eclipse portal. Just low energy, almost like in a very incubating time, and a very kind of curious what's wanting to emerge here, and just allowing. Really, I want to say to you, part of transformation, there's so many steps, but one big piece, especially during a time like this, a season like this, a year like this, I mean, for a while, many years forward, we're in huge transformational times, rebirthing times, purging times. What doesn't work? Emerging what will work better, and especially during this portal of the eclipse season. This is the first set of usually we have 2 to 4 eclipses during a year. So our next eclipse season, because we have North Node in Pisces, South Node in Virgo, will be in September, or in Libra season. But let's focus on this one. Okay, so yes, we have the possibility to reclaim our unique potential, And as it's Aries season and it's the astrological new year, we get to emerge with the support of Aries potential, or the archetypal expression of Aries, with more courage, with more willingness to be the leaders of our own life, to initiate new paths forward, to not give up, to say, no, we're going, we're birthing in something new, and to hold that level of determination and courage and passion. I was thinking, I've been learning a little bit about, astrology is a symbolic language that I've been learning in a deeper way, even though it's been a companion for me for my whole life, really, since I was a kid, to help me navigate the world, to help me understand myself better, to help understand the people I share the world with better. And I went through my Jungian-based spiritual direction training and was introduced to another symbolic language, and that is the tarot. And it's been fascinating to have that as another piece of my, my transformational well of goodies, like, symbolic language of astrology, the Enneagram, and now the symbolic language of the tarot. And so for this new moon, I know that in tarot that Aries is connected with the Emperor, but I was feeling, oh, no, this is the Fool's journey. This partial solar eclipse is bringing us to the Fool's journey, getting ready to embark on a new adventure, knowing something more is ahead of us than where we've been. And yet we may not feel prepared, but we don't care. I almost dropped an F-bomb. There was almost an F-bomb came out just now. That's how intense this is. We don't care. We have to move forward, right? Does anybody feel that? Do you feel that out there? Anyway, I'm so glad you're with me. I welcome you to the Soul Nurture channel, a channel that is dedicated to offering transformational tools to really invite you to meet you where you are and invite you to check in with your own soul, cultivate your soul wisdom, and activate your soul potential. And through nurturing your soul by listening with your intuitive ear, and to really bring forward what you're here to bring forward. That's my goal. That's what I have to offer. And I hope something I say in every single video meets you right where you are, sparks your soul awake, and you get to say, I felt that, I knew that. And you feel activated in the potential within you. Okay, so thanks for being with me. Let me know where you're viewing from. Ask any questions you have in the comments. And yeah, let's dive in a little bit deeper. Okay. And do let me know how you've been feeling. And remember, we're all unique creatures, right? We're all individuals. And I'm speaking in general with astrology here, to know yourself better and to understand the astrological weather or the transits and how they may be activating your chart and where this is even happening. Where's 9 degrees of Aries happening or in your chart? This is where this new moon partial solar eclipse is igniting the potential, inviting you to a new beginning, inviting you to take leadership in that area of your life, inviting you to reset and restart, reclaim, re-go, renew, all that, because we are also in a Mercury retrograde and a Venus retrograde. So there's a lot going on, and I'm sure you're feeling it. I imagine you are. So yes, we're being invited to initiate more profound transformation, to restore alignment with our soul potential and purpose. This is a North Node eclipse, and so eclipses happen when either the sun or the moon are in close contact with the North or the South Node. We had the lunar eclipse in Virgo that was connected to the South Node, which is all about releasing, purging, clearing the past stuff that's getting in the way of our future. This is the North Node. The North Node is in Pisces, but this is a new moon in Aries. So what? How? So because the North Node in Pisces is in, I have to look at the chart to tell you the exact degree. The North Node in Pisces is at 27 degrees of Pisces. And the moon, the sun is at 9 degrees of Aries. So it's not a close conjunction, but it's an out of sign conjunction. And because it's the North Node, it's an eclipse. And that's why it's a partial eclipse. It's not that close, but it's still an eclipse, maybe not as intense, maybe not as potent, but certainly comes with the opportunity to wake up out of conditioning, to emerge more potential, and to initiate new paths forward. Okay, so it's really eclipses, and everyone's different. For me, it's like okay, pause, unplug. We're about to reset, reboot, reemerge. But some people just feel the call and just move forward. So again, everyone's different, especially what house is this happening in your chart. And you can request a 20-minute free consultation with me. I'm still doing them on occasion when I have space, and I have a little space right now. But I really encourage you just to say, you know what, be bold, step into this Aries power and say, yeah, I'm worth that. I'm worth a full hour with Victoria, because you want to know yourself. You want to know about your potential, your soul potential, and the possibilities that are before you, and how, as I say, to prepare to receive your blessings. Okay? And all the information is in the description box, my website, my email, many ways to contact me. Okay? All right. So, it's also time too for introspection, reflection, with all the retrograde energy with Mercury and Venus too. Reviewing, where have you been hiding, where have you been denying your own potential, where have you played small when you're being called to rise up strong, where are you where are areas in your life you are needing to grow to meet this transformational opportunity. And I've been saying for a while, I say hard times are growing times. Yes, in transformation, hard times, growing times. But a new moon in Aries partial solar eclipse are go times. So we've been growing. What have you been growing that you are ready to move forward? Continuing, eclipses are a little different, right? So with new moons, we think of the new beginning, setting intentions, but we're still kind of, am I ready? Am I still holding anything from the past that was meant to prepare me for the future, but I'm still carrying around resentments, I'm carrying around unfinished business, I'm carrying around regret, and anything like that. That's where we want to go, okay, I'm done with that. I'm going to take the gifts, the strengths learned and cultivated, and move forward. Okay, I feel really spicy right now, and I wonder how you feel. I know that I usually do these videos 3 to 4 days ahead, and this is 2 days in advance, so I feel like I'm feeling this already, and it feels spicy. It feels like finding the power of your voice. It feels like finding your solid no. That doesn't work for me. It feels like finding your go, or I'm going to do that. And instead of feeling held back to go try the new thing, or go for the job that you really want, or speak up, speak your truth, it feels like go time, grow time, go time. But we're still releasing, and because we want to get aligned with our authentic selves, and because it's connected to the node of destiny, our highest purpose. Why are you here? What are you meant to contribute? What are you meant to let go of that's keeping you stuck in the past when your contribution is needed for the future, right? So this urge for alignment with our true self, this portal of eclipse season is their catalyst for profound change. And that can feel like unexpected changes, like unexpected endings, incredible new beginnings, the door that you've been longing for to opening. Yay, you ready to walk through? It's a threshold time. It's the merging out of the chrysalis time, and being surprised by the delight of your own capacity to rise above and to soar above, and to kind of go, wow, yeah, I just grew through all that. Wow, I just dissolved all that old stuff. I just let go of all that. And wow, I can soar now. I can fly now. And I feel like this is what this is about. A powerful invitation to leave behind that stuff, like the caterpillar doesn't emerge from the chrysalis and go, wow, I'm going to carry that old, outdated, no longer has any value or purpose for me. Chrysalis or cocoon. Cocoons are connected to moths, but people get that reference more. Yeah, I'm just going to lug that around. No, the butterfly would not be able to soar, to fly, if it was carrying around the past remnants, the remnants of the past that was just a portal in itself to dissolve and emerge with the next level of potential, evolving to that higher possibility, right? Okay, so a reminder, this is a partial eclipse, partially covering the moon, so it's not as intense as the total solar eclipse, or the one that we had in, what was that, 2024, April 8th. We had, I remember it was a very powerful time because there were 2 moons in Aries, and then there was the total solar eclipse. So that was really, and if you want to think back to that time, what were you doing? Go to look in your journal. What intentions? That was like the first wake up call, or the birth awake call, because this is a time of birthing in more of who you're meant to be. So we have Aries as a cardinal fire sign, and it is associated with some of the words you've heard me say: initiation, birth, new beginnings, rising with potential, emerging. And it really emboldens us, it empowers us to do the thing we know we're called to do, and just do it, right? That's the fool's journey, right? Just embark, just start where you are with what you have, and point that towards the direction of your vision or your contribution. And it's about, if doubt comes in, no doubt, not listening to you today, you can give me some support for what I'm doing, but I'm not stopping. I'm going forward, growing forward. So yeah, because this activated Aries energy through the solar eclipse is about activating potential and taking action on behalf of you. Aries is like, it is about us at this time, but doesn't mean that we're being selfish. It means we're preparing what we have to offer in contribution. So you have to be a little bit more with yourself, birthing yourself into this potential. I'm having this image of, Aries is connected to when we are birthed into the world. Think of your potential as a new baby that you are in care of, the feeding, the nurturing, the growing that potential. This is a time to grow the potential within you. And think if you had a literal newborn baby, you would say, I can't do that because I'm focused here. I'm not going to leave my baby alone. I'm going to stay with my baby, right? Stay with your baby, which is your potential, and do all it takes to nurture that potential into being, and to its strength and power and courage. And so we have, again, more Aries dynamic is bravery, boldness, courage. And it's really engaging in the transformation. It's not just allowing things to happen. We're out of Pisces season. We're in Aries. We're engaging. We are being the spiritual warriors for our potential. And, the next day we have Neptune is moving into Aries. There's a lot of Aries energy, which is initiating new transformation, initiating new visions for ourselves and the collective. So, and a side note, there won't be another eclipse in the sign of Aries until 2032. So this is, in a way, this eclipse is very much ending of cycle, ending of where we were to where we're going. And there's still this dance with the Pisces energy and Aries. So it's like coming out of the mystery where we've been visioning and emerging. What are we emerging? What is your vision? How does it contribute to the collective? Okay, so both an ending and a new beginning, a powerful new beginning. And we're being pointed. I had this I was trying to figure out, what does this mean? But I guess this, like, that when you go into a building and you go into the revolving door, I was picturing or imaging like this. We've been in it for a while. Like, oh, is this the way? Is it? No, still on the revolving door. This revolving door, it's moving you towards, it's pointing you in the direction of where you've evolved to, where you can meet that new potential. It's pointing the new way forward, in other words. Like, and maybe you felt like, yeah, we've just been kind of, where do I get to, where's my exit? Where's my on-ramp, right? Where's my path? I really want to hear from you. Let me know what doors open, what paths open, where you feel just ignited and this is what I'm doing. And may you feel ignited and lift off with courage and passion for whatever is calling to you. Okay, and then also again, be curious, journal about what doors still need to be closed. You kind of peeking through a door that was closed, and you keep thinking maybe I need to go back there. I promise you, when you're willing to absolutely close a door that you're uncertain about, if it's meant to open, it will. You don't need to prod it open. You don't need to sit by it and wait for it to open. You're looking for the openings right now. You're looking for the new paths. And if a new path leads you back to an old path, that's okay. But you have to take the journey of the new path. I don't know what that means. I hope it means something good to you. I love when, I'm following the imagery in my head is what's happening. Okay, so with Mercury and Venus retrograde, you were offered a visit to offered an invitation to revisit areas connected to Mercury. It was in Aries, and then now it's going to go into Pisces the day of the eclipse, retrograding back into Pisces. So again, we're learning a lot from the Aries and Pisces. We're going back from new beginnings to what's the vision? What's my spiritual divine connection here? So Venus also retrograde these are unresolved issues with money, resources, relationships. Have any of you been dealing with old relationship stuff? Have any old lovers come back from the past, or have you been thinking about them? And I do want to say this, if when you get like old boyfriend or girlfriend or partners or even friends are just really alive in your awareness, ask yourself, what is the potential that I really witnessed in them, or that was ignited in me when I was with them? That may be why you're being called to review, so that you can reclaim that. Oh yeah, I remember I was really easygoing when I was in that relationship. Oh yeah, I remember I was really focused on this or that or the other. Or I love this about that person. Say, that's my potential. I want that activated and ignited right now too. Okay. All right, so yeah, we've been reflecting on past conversations with Mercury, looking at your habits, your patterns, your way of being and thinking and doing. So I hope you've been doing your reviewing. Remember, reviewing is helping you lighten the load, let go, and take with you what empowers you, inspires you, and lifts you to your highest potential. Okay, so what else? There's so many aspects I just don't have time to go over, but there are some juicy ones like Mars square Chiron, where, you hear me talk about the wounded healer a lot, where Mars square Chiron is awakening old wounds so that we can initiate paths forward with our gifts, our strengths, and our medicine, our soul wisdom, our soul medicine. So that's going on. There's Mars aspect to Pluto, it's an out of sign opposition. And so it's more intensity for this transformational process. It's like, we've got to do this. We've got to break free. We've got to, because Mars is in Cancer, any emotional stuckness, unprocessed and digested emotions or grief, to break free so that we can release. We can integrate both. Integrate what we've learned, the emotional capacity we have now towards transformation, but to rise in power. So again, anything that's keeping you stuck, like if you hear yourself, I notice this with Mars and Cancer, rehashing old stories, I'm just looking at the chart, old situations where maybe I was wounded by somebody and I thought I dealt with it, but they keep coming back up. So when you feel Mars and Cancer rehashing, resentment is a way that you know you're rehashing instead of healing. Ask what you needed. Offer that to yourself. Nurture yourself forward. Okay? Nurturing ourselves with the needs that we didn't get met in the present moment heals the past in the present moment, and it prepares us for our future. And just this big stellium, my goodness, I'm looking at the chart. There's a huge stellium. They're not all in direct conjunction, but yeah, sun and moon, that's the new moon. And then there's Mercury right there. Mercury's at 0 degrees of Aries, just about to go into Pisces. And Venus and Saturn. Venus and Saturn, talking to each other. What lessons have we learned about love? This has been the retrograde with Venus. What have you learned? What wisdom has been cultivated for you to develop the capacity to receive the love you deserve and desire? Okay, I think I'm just going to leave you with that. Let me go back to my notes. Is there any questions? Please do put them in the comments. And let's see. I do want to say, you know, I've been offering this soul circle idea, but I have to tell you the truth. I did the first one and I'm like, it's not quite what I want to offer. I'm going to offer 2 more free soul circles. The next one is next month in April. And I'm going to focus with something that I love, and that's going to be a soul circle focusing on dream work. So go in the description box if you're interested and put your name on the list, and I will send you an email as we get closer. Okay, so where did I want to go with this? Just to wrap up. I just want to say, you know, this is an opportunity you cannot miss. Whether you're engaged in the transformation or not, I feel you're going to be shifted. I feel like this new moon in Aries, it's like the things you've been dreaming about, visioning for, but it felt a little foggy and lost and disoriented about how to do it. There's going to be an opening. There's going to be a flashing sign this way. And I wish this for you. I hope this for you. Breakthrough time. And remember, you have more to offer than you realize. I know that sometimes I can feel like I hold myself back, like I want to, do I know this enough, or should I share this enough? You know, I get asked all the time, are you an astrologer? And I pause. I almost want to say no, because I didn't go through a traditional path of being an astrologer. I've been studying in one way or another my whole life. By the time I decided to claim it as a transformational tool, I was like, gosh, this world of astrology has just gone fast forward. And so I have taken classes. I've been mentored by an amazing woman. And so, yes, I am an astrologer, an intuitive astrologer, because there's no way I could possibly know everything about astrology. But it is just a tool for me to emerge transformational tools that I have. So I say that because I feel like maybe somebody out there is like, do I have enough? Am I doing enough? Start where you are, bring what you have. That's, you know, that's the way. Okay. So let this, you know, invitation to pause, reflect, emerge. Trust it. Trust that you're standing at the edge of transformation, at the edge of the comfort zone of all that you've known, so that you can grow into the higher possibility of you. So are you ready to rise with that possibility? I would really encourage you to reach out for me. Reach out. I meant to say reach for support. And if it's with me, I'd be honored. I'd be honored to walk with you on your transformational journey. Again, go to the website, victoriajaswick.com. Thank you. Share part of this video through YouTube to other friends who may be helped by it, even if you just take a clip. And the more you comment, the more you like, the more you share, the more you support me in supporting others out there in the YouTube world. So thank you so much for being with me, and I want to hear how you're doing. I truly do care. And I'll be back in a few days with just a transformational topic. So let me know any of those. I'd like to cover spiritual principles, transformational processes. If you like to request something, put it in the comments or email me at thesoulnurturer@gmail.com. All right, peace be with you. Growing up, growing through, growing forward, and it's go time. All right, see you next time. Bye.